most epic stories ever written in our times is The Lord of the Rings, a splendid narrative about truth and justice winning over evil. Writer J.R.R. Tolkien created Middle-earth, a detailed planet full of orcs, wizards, hobbits, elves, dwarves, and more, and that's where he set his fable. The stories from Middle-earth have continued to entertain generations of dreamers ever since. So, taking inspiration from these stories, screenwriting duo Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne created the show The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Set thousands of years before the novel, the series explores the major events of the Second Age of Middle-earth. The Rings of Power premiered in 2022 and made Tolkien fans like myself very, very happy. It was no surprise when the first season of the show became the most watched Prime Video original series. The show was well received by fans, and though the critics were turning their nose up at the writing and the pacing, they generally gave out positive reviews. The show has thoroughly entertained its viewers in its first 2 seasons, and now Prime Video has put out the official date for the release of Rings of Power Season 3. We're here to let you know everything there is to know about this exciting new season, so strap in and get ready.
What's broke is broke and won't fix.
A recap of Season 2. A lot has happened since the release of Season 2, and if you've forgotten the plot, hey, you're only human. Let me give you a quick recap of the important stuff. Galadriel, Círdan, and Gil-galad wear the 3 rings of power and restore the power of the elves, proving that though Sauron helped them forge the rings in the disguise of Halbrand, the rings are not corrupted. Halbrand tells Adar, the leader of the orcs, that Sauron has returned, which pushes him to prepare his army. In Numenor, Queen Regent Miriel loses the throne to her cousin Pharazôn thanks to the shocking revelation that she had been using the Palantir and Lord Belzegar's trickery. Meanwhile, Halbrand meets Celebrimbor and convinces him that he is Anatar, the Lord of Gifts, who's there to help him make rings of power for dwarves and men. Sauron gives him his blood in the name of Mithril to forge the rings. Once Celebrimbor realizes he's been fooled, he escapes with the help of Galadriel. Sauron tracks them down, kills Celebrimbor, and seizes the 9 rings. Pharazôn finds out through the Palantir that Halbrand is Sauron and accuses Miriel of joining hands with him. All members of the faithful are arrested, except Elendil, who escapes with the sword Narsil. While all this is going on, the stranger finds a staff in a canyon and believes he'll come to be known as Gandalf. What to expect in Season 3? When J.D. Payne was asked about Season 3, all he said was, "It's going to be really good. We're excited. It's going to be awesome." Although Payne wasn't gracious enough to tease some of the plot for us, thankfully, we now have the logline. The official logline reads, "Jumping forward several years from the events of Season 2, Season 3 takes place at the height of the War of the Elves and Sauron as the Dark Lord seeks to craft the one ring that will give him the edge he needs to win the war and conquer all of Middle-earth at last." Let's break that down. The massive time jump means that there's a high chance of the show deviating from Tolkien's lore. According to the Silmarillion and other Tolkien writings, the war between the elves and Sauron only starts once the elves find out about the One Ring. The show seems to have flipped the script, as the Dark Lord is thinking of creating the ring only to win the war against the elves. This season might be a tough one for hardcore Tolkien fans. One thing that the logline tells us for sure is that we'll finally get to see the One Ring. Fans of the show have let their imaginations run wild, and many theories about what to expect in Season 3 have popped up online. We're going to share some of the theories we think are the most plausible. Since Sauron is facing the elves in battle, he might build Barad-dûr, the Dark Tower of Mordor, which acts as his fortress, armory, and military command center. In the final scene of Season 2, we saw Elrond lead the elven survivors of the Siege of Eregion to a hidden valley. Tolkien fans might have recognized it as Imladris or Rivendell. So there's a good chance we get to see the construction of Rivendell and Elrond taking the throne as Lord of Rivendell. We also think Nori might find the Shire, wrapping up the storyline of the Harfoots for the time being. Khazad-dûm, the kingdom of the dwarves, witnessed a lot of excitement in Season 2 as Durin III sacrificed himself to save his people from the Balrog. In Season 3, we might see Durin IV dealing with the Balrog as well as taking on the rule of Khazad-dûm. Given the condition Numenor was left in the second season, we predict the fall of the kingdom isn't far off. As for the matter of men, Elendil escaped west by the end of Season 2, so he might reunite with his sons, Isildur and Anarion. According to Tolkien lore, Elendil eventually becomes the High King of Gondor and Arnor, and it's not a far leap to predict that we might see this in the upcoming season. New and returning cast. We can expect to see a lot of returning characters this season, including Morfydd Clark as Galadriel, Robert Aramayo as Elrond, Lloyd Owen as Elendil, Daniel Wayman as Gandalf, Charlie Vickers as Sauron, and Benjamin Walker as Gil-galad. Along with them, a lot of new cast members have also been announced whose roles remain rather mysterious. The biggest addition of the season is undoubtedly Jamie Campbell Bower, who wowed audiences as Vecna in Stranger Things. Rumors say that he's going to play a knight who will serve as Galadriel's love interest. Eddie Marsan was also cast with Bower, inviting speculation that he might play Durin IV's brother. Andrew Richardson was cast as a series regular, with Adam Young and Zubin Varla joining the cast in recurring roles. Expected release date. During Amazon's upfront presentation this year, Prime Video finally released the date we can expect Season 3, November 11th, 2026. Peter Friedlander, the head of global television at Amazon MGM Studios, was hopeful about the upcoming season, saying, "From the very beginning, this series has embodied the scale, ambition, and cinematic storytelling that defines Prime Video's biggest global series." The extraordinary response from millions of fans around the world has made it clear that this journey through Middle-earth continues to resonate, and that momentum has only grown heading into Season 3. Delays and issues. Despite Friedlander's optimism, viewership for the show remains rocky at best, with numbers seeing a significant decline from Season 1. According to the Samba TV data, the viewership for the premiere of Season 2 drew only half the audience of the Season 1 premiere. The audience score for the show on Rotten Tomatoes averages at just 48%. So it's doubtful whether we'll get to see the momentum Friedlander is expecting. Season 3 has already disappointed a major part of the fan base, as it's releasing over 2 years after Season 2 wrapped up. The reason for that is the long post-production process for the show, as it depends heavily on VFX. In a fast-paced world where we see a new show released nearly every week, people are bound to lose interest in something that captivated their attention so long ago. On top of that, many Tolkien fans don't appreciate the mythos being messed with. As we already mentioned, the jumbled timeline is bound to irk this faction a lot. But for now, that's all we know, folks, and as soon as we find anything else out, we'll be rushing to update you here on our marvelous channel. What are you looking forward to the most in Season 3? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more stuff like it. We're going to have all the updates on Rings of Power Season 3 as they become available, so we'll be back soon with more awesome stuff for you. But until then, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.